What's up, everybody? This is Ryan with Apex Legacy Group, and we are back with another banger, another property tour. Now, this property, Atmos Tropicana Bangna, is a gem. It is a little bit further out and it's out from the city in Bangna, but as you're about to see, it is 100% worth it. That's the owner and the realtor, Ruby. That is the BTS shuttle that runs every hour, I believe. Another good thing about Bangna, sometimes you do need a car, but if you have an electric car, you got your EV plugins. All right, so this is us walking to the unit. Now, this particular unit is about 2,800 square meters, but as you can see, it is pool view right from the room. Has some closet space, a nice queen size bed. I believe this one has 2 air cons. Door goes right into the bathroom. Nice, clean, sleek, nothing too fancy, but it is, again, it's a great value. I'm going to keep the price of this unit to the end because when you hear it, it is going to shock you. Again, this is the balcony right outside the kitchen, another pool view. This is the living room, has a table for 2. Kitchen, standard kitchen that you'll see here in Bangkok. Of course, you know, a lot of us don't cook, so most of us will probably never use that stovetop. But let me show you this gym here. Now, I know, of course, you can't drink the water in Bangkok unless you are here, because that is a full functioning water filter. Now, the facilities in this place are crazy. This is the first pool right outside of the one of 2 gyms that this building has. So this is the first pool, beautiful blue water. We're walking through. Another thing I absolutely love about this area, it gives you resort vibes. You living here, it really, as I was walking through, it really gives you resort vibes. And there's a lot of nature. There's a lot of greenery. Fresh, the air is fresher. Now, I live in the middle of the city here in Bangkok, and just out here, just the air is just fresher. There's a lot more greenery. There's a lot of outdoors. Like I said, the facilities and the space out here is just beautiful. Everything about this area really just gives resort. I'm much more of a homebody now than when I used to be in my younger days. So, like, if I lived out here, I would probably never leave home unless I really had to. That is the vibes that this beautiful complex gives. This is just us walking through. Now, the owner showed us all of the amenities, and as you're going to see through this video, this complex, this unit has so many different amenities, so many different outdoor spaces. As you can see, when I say, I know you heard me say this probably 2-3 times already, but when I say this gives you resort vibes, I truly mean that. Now, this is one of the gyms that has a yoga studio, as you can see. Not a lot of complexes here in Bangkok have their own yoga studio. This also has like a little slight health studio, almost like a little slight medical center where you can just sit back, relax. One good thing also, every public space in the area has Wi-Fi. All right, so we're going to just take a quick look. There's the owner, Ruby, once again in the gym. Plenty of, light equipment. Got your stationary bikes, have your snack machine, little couch to sit down on after you finish running, doing your cardio. Some dumbbells, of course, a couple of weight machines in there as well. Nothing too crazy in the gym. Like I said, it's just something quick, simple. It's enough to get the job done to kind of keep yourself healthy as you can. One thing that I also notice is there's not a lot of, people crowded in these facilities. This is gym number 2. This was maybe about, a few steps away from the second gym. Like I said, this is a large facility. This is walking around again. Like I said, this has an abundance of greenery and just outdoor space. So many different places to sit. If you tired of just being in your room in the house, there's so many places for you just to come and just chill and just vibe out. This is us coming back around to the pool. Now this is pool number 2. This pool gives us a little bit of a different atmosphere, a little bit darker, but it's beautiful. Again, every section of this complex gives you a different feel. So it's almost like you never feel like you're in the same place twice. Like I said, it's vast. It's almost, I felt like I was, at a hotel. And then imagine living here. So it's something that, it was very refreshing. Because like I said, I live in the middle of the city. I'm around all the hustle and bustle. And sometimes I can be a lot and can be overstimulating. Just with just a breath of fresh air. Now, this is another public space. Now, this is another one of the co-working areas. I believe this complex had maybe 3 or 4 different co-working areas. Right now, I'm walking up the spiral stairs. I saw those stairs. I had to go up there. Another little cozy space. Just every person that I saw all looked super, very relaxed. This is another thing I like. This had a massage area. I didn't get to go in there because someone there, but there's a game room with the PlayStation 5 there. This is the massage area, so you can hire your own masseuse to come massage your feet right there. They have massage chairs in there as well. Another little lounge area. Now, this is a whole separate co-working space or community space. Love the decor. One thing that I can say, when I walked into this room, it smelled so wonderful. I don't know if they had lavender or what it was, but it just made me feel at home when I was there. It was just the atmosphere everywhere around here just puts you at peace. The only way to explain it really is you got to be there really to explain it. It almost made me want to break my lease and move out to Bangna. Now, again, we are going to take a look some more at some of the other outdoor spaces. This is another part. Now, another thing, this has its own private salon. So if you have a private beautician, a barber, manicurist, you can hire them and they can do all their work right there in your own private salon. Like I said, these amenities cannot be beat. This is another portion of the salon, just a little bathroom there. There's a spa room, but someone was using it, couldn't go in there. Now, this is the sauna. Also has a sauna, the shower also after you get out the sauna. It was a nice size sauna. I've seen a few saunas here in Bangkok, and this was on a little bit of the larger side. But like I said, so many amenities. This is what I love. This has its own podcast or live studio with equipment. It had everything except for the cameras. So you're going to have to come with your own cameras, but it had the studio lightings, the stands, everything. This is us walking again to another part of the complex. And the thing that you'll see, there are so many different outdoor seating areas, little pavilions where you can just come, chill out, and just be relaxed. This is us again walking. Like I said, there's so much outdoor space out here, so much greenery. If you're used to living in the middle of the city in Bangkok, you don't see a lot of that unless you go to the park. But this is almost like having your own little oasis. One thing I loved about this unit is because it's not only does it have a lot of co-working spaces, but there are private rooms. That's one thing I wish I had in my, condo now, is it has a beautiful co-working space, but there's no private rooms that I could use. And I would love that. But again, like I said, that's one that they call the socialized room. This is a whole nother co-working space. Like I said, this place is filled with different places that you can just sit and relax, more outdoor space. Like I said, everywhere that we walked, it just felt so serene. I just felt at home. So let's walk. Now, thing I love, because I like to cook, but This is the community kitchen. Now, there's not only just one community kitchen, there are 2 community kitchens at this complex. So if you're ever having any get-togethers or any parties, you have 2 community kitchens where you can go cook food and even have places to sit, to entertain, a small party of, a few guests or what have you. Next, we are again walking around, just taking in the scenery, taking in the view of some of these outdoor spaces. Another thing I loved about this is it is right next door to a hospital. This was literally 2 steps outside of the front entrance gate of this building. And then I'm about to walk you down one more block, maybe 100 feet or so. And then there's also a morning market. Now, we were there past the morning, so they was already closed. So now the part that we've all been waiting for, which is the price. So this unit is only a mere 12,000 baht, which is unbelievable. You'll never see anything else out there like this. Again, if you want to see more properties like this, just reach out to the Apex Legacy Group. It will show you whatever you need. Have a nice night.